dive deep into the darkness in your heart. Trust you more than anyone I have met before. Don't care who you are or who you want to be. I'll be here until the day that you leave me. When I'm with you, I know I'm safe beside your arms. I'll make sure that you won't ever feel lonely no more. Whatever past we have, the future we will see. I'll be here until the day that you leave me.
Enough with the intros. No, I'm just kidding. We are back, man. Look, we got Manny 2 times in the house tonight. he got his laptop back. Oh my god. Oh my god.
We still need to fluff up his hair though, like right here. Just fluff it up.
Hey man, we back at it with the back at it. We got Christopher Tears over on Facebook. Appreciate you, man. Fishing in the chat. Logan's in the chat. Don's in the chat. We got everybody in the chat. Hold up. Oh, wait a second. I see the 3-month badge on Fishing's thing right now. Hold up, he got the yellow. He got the yellow joint right now. Hold up. All right, but Don's out of here tonight, and we got Manny filling in today, and we'll just go around and give the introductions. Normal crew in the house. Vic's got the white wall today. How you feeling, Vic?
I'm happy I'm done with work. That I can say, man. Yeah, as you can see, like I said, in the background, you got the white walls. We're switching everything up. So next week, you're going to see some Christmas-themed things, some New Year's things. You know what I mean? Get some lights up in here.
Yeah, I'm going to decorate the overlays with, like, Christmas stuff, too. I always do every single year.
I was trying to see if I could do, like, a background thing, but I don't want to go crazy.
Yeah. Don said he's still working. Oh, man. We got Key in the building. DA the building. How you feeling, Key?
We in your living room now. There we go. That's a nice view. I'm doing good.
I'm in the Cliff Kingsbury suite right now.
You can see if you can put that image that I made you in the background too. That'd be cool. The big ticket joint.
Sure.
And then we got, of course, we already introduced him. Needs no introduction himself. He does. We are about to put out the Stardom Cinema. If y'all like those, man, sometimes they blow up on TikTok and stuff. He's the one that does it, so I appreciate you, man. I don't feel so lonely over here when I have to edit things. I'll be in my feelings every night, but appreciate everybody that's come through. Appreciate everybody that checked out the video over on TikTok that got over 100K for Mike Leach. First, before I do get into anything, I know this is a NFL channel, or not an NFL channel, an NFL show, but we do have to say our thoughts and prayers are with Mike Leach. suddenly passing away from a heart attack. The same similar situation that happened to him is what happened to my grandma, so I totally feel what his family's going through right now. Mike Leach is going to leave his mark on college football, one of the realest coaches of all time. And apparently he used to recruit from everywhere, JUCO schools and everywhere, so he's got a lot of respect around the league. I hope Will Rogers stays one more year just to stick it on everybody too, now that his coach is gone. And it looks like they hired from within as well, so that's great for them. Everybody thought they were going to seek out a new coach, but I think they lifted their defensive coordinator into the head coaching spot. So just want to give a quick 15-second moment of silence for Mike Leach. Legend, man. He probably won't. And before we do that, this is crazy. He has a 596% or 496 win percentage, and you have to at least have it's a 596, I believe, but you at least have to have a 600 to get into the College Football Hall of Fame. College Football Hall of Fame voters, just make an exception to the rule. 61 is way too young. He was supposed to coach a lot longer, and for him to just go to crappy schools like Texas Tech and Washington State and Mississippi State that nobody ever talked about, make that exception for Mike Lee should be put in, because he took the hard road every single time and made those schools relevant. There's no air raid offense without you mentioning Mike Leach, straight up. So moment of silence real quick for our boy Mike Leach. All right, so let's go ahead and jump right into the show. Don is not here tonight, so for the first time, well, for the second time, I'll be doing by the numbers. So Don, shout out to you, good sir. I'm doing by the numbers tonight, and it is what it is. I am the professor today. All right, so this week we got Thursday night football between the San Francisco 49ers and the Seattle Seahawks at Lumen Field. Stadium capacity is 72,000 with 111 executive suites. Loudest decibel level was 137.6 decibels in 2013. It's like a jet engine taking off. This week, the number is 15, as in week 15. 49ers are 3-2 in week 15 games in the last 5 years. Seahawks are 2-3 in week 15 games in the last 5 years. The night, the number is 5, as in the last 5 years. 49ers are 2-2 on Thursday night football over the last 5 years, and the Seahawks are 3-1 on Thursday night football over the last 5 years. Team offense, the numbers are 26 and 24, as in points per game scored. 49ers offense ranks number 13 in passing, which is surprising. Number 9 in rushing, and average 24 points per game. On the Seahawks side of the bill is they're ranked at number 9 in passing, 21 in rushing, and average 26 points per game. Now let's get down to team defense. The numbers are 25 and 23, as in points per game allowed. 49ers ranks number 12 against the pass and number 1 against the run. Is anybody surprised by that? Nope, I don't think so. Allowing 15 points per game. Seahawks ranks number 18 against the pass and number 31 against the run, allow 26 points per game. So that is something to keep an eye on. The number 1 rushing defense against the number 31, which is second from last, rushing defense. So the best rushing offense against one of the worst rushing defenses in the league, if not the worst. Let's compare the quarterbacks real quick, shall we? Brock Purdy is in his third start tonight. That means he is 0-0 going into Thursday night football. Geno Smith is 0-3 on Thursday night football. He has not had any luck here. Brock Purdy throws a touchdown on average every 17 pass attempts and an interception every 36 passes in 2022. Geno Smith throws a touchdown on average every 17 pass attempts and an interception every 54 passes in 2022. That's got to be the highest. He's been the most efficient quarterback up to this point, as by the numbers. If you're putting money on the game, consider this. The odds and trends. 49ers are 5-1. ATS in the last 6 games. I forgot what ATS stands for. Don, help me out. Total, I don't know. I'm not a betting man. Total has been the over in the last 5 of the 6 games for the 49ers and 6 of the last 9 for the Seahawks. Seahawks are 15-3 straight up in the last 18 versus the 49ers. 49ers are a 3.5 point against the spread. There you go, against the spread. 3.5 point road favorites, and over under is 43.5 for tonight's game. If you're going to the game, let's consider the cost. Now, this is the fun part of the segment that Don always likes to get into. SoFi Stadium charges, and we already came here before, but we're gonna we're not in SoFi tonight, Don. Where's I'm just gonna name it as Lumen Field. Maybe it was just a typo. Lumen Field charges $10.50 a beer, tied for 13th most expensive price in the NFL. The cost for a family of 4 to take in a game at Lumen Field, considering ticket prices, parking, 2 beers, 2 sodas, and 4 hot dogs, is about $522. That ranks them the 16th most expensive in the NFL. 23% of the cost is the $171 average price for parking. Seattle, what are you doing? We almost thought about going there one year, which is ranked number 6 most expensive in the NFL. They are ranked tied for 27 in hot dog cost at $4.50. Now the food, not bad
for hot dog. That parking.
Now the food. Don sent me a picture, but I failed to put it on here today. But it looks like a bucket with the Seahawks logo on it. It's the Blitz bucket. KFC style bucket contains JoJo potato wedges, pulled pork mac and cheese, cheese sauce, chicken tenders, and pickled jalapenos and onions. That's $37.99. Available in smokehouse sections 214 and 230. So anybody listening and y'all at the game, I highly doubt it. Check out 214 and 230 and let us know if it's worth the price.
$37.
And that has been your numbers for today. Let's clap it up for Don. He's not here, but hey, it is what it is. I think I rocked that one pretty well today. So that was your by the number segment. The next one we got up for you is Vic's favorite segment of the show, because of course he rolls it. But let's go ahead and get into the questions presented by Vic 3 himself. Hey, y'all like that new thing? I got a new thing. But we got three things for you. Vic, go ahead, take it away.
Yes, sir. And first on the night, on Monday night, we saw in the first quarter Devontae Parker take a bad hit. After the play, we seen him being helped up by his linemen. And after that, he stayed in to the next play, where you seen Nelson Aguilar do everything humanly possible to stop the play. My guy was even down on one knee. So, on the sidelines, there should be something that the NFL has that are called spotters. They're supposed to see, what's going on. They're supposed to see tell signs of players and, issues that they might have, especially neurological issues. Now, when everyone saw Devontae Parker struggle to get up, that's what, medical specialists call ataxia. That is a sign of brain trauma. Now, for him to continue to go on and be in the play is something that should have been caught on. Again, I'm not a doctor. I only play one on TV. But again, if I know something like that, that's something that I'm pretty sure someone who has more than 6 years of college experience should know. So the first question of the night, and I'll start off with you, Sled. Do you think the NFL has done enough to protect players, especially when it comes with the concussion protocol?
I think in some cases they haven't, because you've seen what happened to Tua. That like early in the season against the Bengals. That was a sign of not protecting your quarterback or a person on your team. It don't matter who it is. But in some cases they do, because they'll tell a player going into that week, you probably shouldn't play. They'll run tests on him and do whatever they can to tell them to not play. And it could be a reason where the player just might want to really play, and they just let them go out there and whatnot. But I don't know. I feel like with the Tua situation, that was a big outlook on how I'm starting to look at the NFL's concussion protocols and whatnot, and all types of injuries, bro. In MetLife, they've had the same turf for a pretty long time, and they're just now changing it to next year. And they're getting artificial grass and whatnot. But I feel like with player safety and today's generation, it's the turf that's killing the players. It's the Giants, lately, they've been getting killed with injuries. Sterling Shepard is always on the injury bug. Like, you always see him on there. Like, he's a good player. It's just that turf either kills him, like with his knee, his ankle. It doesn't matter where, bro. He's always on the IR. Or it could be a concussion. Like, doesn't matter where it is for him. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like for protocols in today's game, I feel like it's wishy-washy. It's not like down the middle. It's inconsistent.
Oh yeah, I definitely agree. Keith, let me ask you. As mentioned before, we've seen this season there's been a lot of issues. Tua Tagovailoa, 2 weeks back to back where there was issues with him not being on the field. Now this week with Devontae Parker. Do you think that the NFL is struggling with this concussion protocol?
After the whole Tua situation, they clearly dropped the ball there. So then they got better with, okay, if you even have symptoms or anything, you don't come back in at all. You see Russell Wilson go down with a concussion. Tyler Huntley came down with a concussion. He's cleared to play now. He passed everything. But even with that being said, you clearly see Devontae Parker stumble and wobbling to get up. That should have been your tall tale sign. Get him off this field now. It shouldn't take a teammate to look in his eyes and see he is not right. And Nelson Aguilar, I do applaud you for knowing the signs of your teammate to stop the play before anything happens to get him off the field. It sucks that a teammate had to point that out rather than the coaches or the training staff. Somebody on that sideline dropped the ball and not looking at Devontae Parker, because things could have been much worse. What if he would have ran his route, caught a ball, and then boom, gets hit again? Then what? He would have been knocked out cold on that field, and then the Patriots still would have had some answering, and they still got some answering to do. That's unacceptable.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Dante, let me get your thoughts. We saw the scary sight of Tua struggling to get up. Now again, another week goes by where we see Devontae Parker and his issues. We added linemen trying to help him out. Like we just talked about, Nelson Aguilar was doing anything and everything possible to stop that play. And the people on the sidelines that are paid to look at that, to make sure that everything is okay, that the player's healthy, failed to see that. So with that being said, let me ask you, do you think the NFL is struggling with this concussion protocol?
Yeah, I mean, like he had said, like the spotter on the sideline failed to help him out. And I just want everybody to take a look at this to see how bad it was. I know I played a little bit before the injury itself, but look at Nelson Aguilar pointing to his team, and like Devontae Parker is wobbly here.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look, he's barely in this. It was being a. Oh, hold up! You guys can't even see it. That fell. Hold on. Let me go back. So that was where the concussion happened, and this is Nelson Aguilar pointing to his teammate. You see him; he's wobbly in his stance right here, and he's like, "Come on, man, call it off. Call this play off right now, and let's get somebody to look at him." I don't care what anybody says. We know that we're looking at Nelson Aguilar, and we know he's had his things in the past, but this is one of those Hall of Fame moments, I like to call them. This is being a Hall of Fame teammate. I don't, going beyond the whole concussion protocol, and I'll circle back around to your question. I just want to give a shout out to Nelson Aguilar. I gained a ton of respect for him, noticing that he did not want his teammate to go out there and get killed, and he obviously knew that there was a problem. Isaiah Simmons comes up to him after as well, just making sure that he was okay. So shout out to him playing on the opposite team and making sure that Devontae Parker was all right too. Just wanted to call that out. But I still think the NFL is struggling with the concussion protocols. I mean, it is what it is. If Devontae Parker is blowing you up for saying, why didn't nobody notice this before? I totally was like, I didn't know what was going on because, of course, I'm concussed. These guys are so wired to just go back on the field and get the job done. So you have to stop them from themselves. Same thing with Tua. Tua is about to go back under center if his teammates are like, no. The very first time that it happened, you saw it. He was wild. He was ready to go back. He looked like that drunk dude that was like, you get out of the bar and he had too much to drink. He's like, no, I'm fine. Like, no, it's almost the same thing. And I hate to compare those two, but that it's just so reminiscent of that. And I don't know what they have to do in the off season I know you talked about the turf too as well. The turf's a terrible thing. They need to change that too. The NFL's got a lot of problems that they're going to need to figure out next season, or what's going to happen to them is they're going to end up in another strike because all the players are going to go to the NFLPA and say there's obviously an issue going on, and this is way beyond the money right now. I get paid to play football. I get paid to play, but I want this game as safe as possible. I know that there's big hits and things like that. So, at this point in time, you need people there or just one of the coaches. I mean, how many people are up in the booth right now that are watching this stuff from up top that are like, your job should just be to look and see if like the players are okay and then make a call to I don't know if there's like another official that comes down into their ear piece or something that says, stop this play. We need to review this. You know what it is, right? It's like the baseball thing. Mm-hmm. They don't want to slow down the game, and this is clearly slowing down the game of football. It doesn't matter. This is not baseball. I'm sorry. This is not baseball. This is a gladiator sport, and something needs to happen. Obviously.
Definitely, and the thing is, it's sad because the NFL constantly states that they're all for player safety, but we've clearly seen evidence that they're not really about their safety, because if they were, we wouldn't be talking about issues like this.
Facts.
All right. Next on the docket, and we do a little change here as well. We have the Seattle Seahawks. Now, the start of the season, a lot of people doubted them. They started off with Geno Smith, and as the season went on, Geno Smith is proving to be possibly an MVP candidate, guaranteed a comeback player of the year candidate. And also, Seahawks were on a roll. But let me ask the question, and I'll start off with you, Key. After losing the last 2 or 3 games, do you think the 7-6 Seattle Seahawks can make the playoffs?
That's going to be tough. They was hot. They cooled off a lot. Especially last week when they lost to Carolina. I know they almost, made it close and interesting towards the end. And then if they lose the 49ers tonight, I don't see that happening with 4 games left. Knowing the wild card spot is heating up, I do know they own the 7th spot, if I'm not mistaken. I think they do have that last wild card right now, but with so many other teams, not Tampa Bay, Washington could sneak back in. The Giants could possibly sneak back in. So there's no room for a mistake here with Seattle. They would have to win out possibly to get in, but I don't see that happening. I don't. So I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say the Seahawks aren't gonna make it. Like Snack King said, the Panthers are 1 game back of the division in the South. That's so weird to me. So many other teams could sneak in. So I don't see Seattle making it.
All right, Dante, currently 8th and on the bubble. Do you see the Seattle Seahawks being able to make it to the playoffs?
The National Football Conference has been a weird one, just like the American Football Conference. And if you don't know what those are, it's the NFC and AFC for those fans that don't follow as closely as we do. You got the Cardinals that are 4-9, the Rams that are 4-9. They definitely don't have a chance in making it. You got the Commanders and the Giants and your guys' division at 7-5, the Bears and the Packers 3-5, with the Lions at 6 wins. And then you just have the NFC South, which is just in total shambles right now, and it's having 1 6-win team, 2 5-win teams, and 1 4-win team. Slade, I know that's your guys down there with the Panthers, but it is a great possibility that the Panthers could win the division over the Buccaneers. This is insane to talk about. So do they have a chance? I think they have a clear chance to make it in a wild card spot. They don't have to win their division. It just is what it is. Like, the rest of these teams suck. I mean, who are you going to pick from the bunch? This might be the first time a whole division makes the playoffs the way that the NFC East is playing, but I know that's not really possible, but, because they're going to have to lose some games. But I think they sneaked themselves in there. But it starts tonight. I think tonight really teeters on the brink of what the rest of their season is gonna be. I obviously think that the 49ers of course, we all know that their run defense is awesome. I would love to see the 49ers defense against the Eagles right now. I mean, just to be completely honest with you, that would be fun to watch. But I think they find themselves at the end of the year with a couple scenarios that kind of swing in their favor, that they're going to be one of the 7 teams in the NFC that makes the playoffs. So I think it's totally plausible for them to do. And just like Pete Carroll's teams do, man, the backups, they come in and they do their thing, and they ram it down people's throats, and people are just like, hey, you got to be the second stringers are beating us tonight. Well, what the hell is going on? So I think it's, if you're looking at a pendulum and you're saying, do they have a chance or do they not have a chance? I think they have more of a chance to make the playoffs than they don't make on the other side of it, where they don't make the playoffs in this scenario. So they just need a couple things to go their way. It's just unfortunate the NFC South is going to have a playoff contender this year. This is why the best teams in the divisions or in the conferences should go, not division winners, in my opinion.
Definitely. Slay, let me ask you, with looking down the barrel of the San Francisco 49ers, Kansas City Chiefs, the New York Jets, and the LA Rams, do you think the Seattle Seahawks have enough to make the playoffs?
No, I think they can. Like, you got to understand something. They have a tiebreaker over the Giants and the Lions. So once that starts to show, like later down the line, like in the season, if they get like the Jets game and the Rams game, that'll put them at 9 and because I don't see them being the Chiefs. Like I'm just keep it up. And they play the Jets. I feel like that's a winnable game. I'm gonna pick the Jets though in that game. So I think they're gonna end off the season 9-8. But the thing is, I think the Lions will end up like 8-9, 9-8. But they have the tiebreaker over them. And the Giants, I feel like they're gonna end up like 8-9 or something like that. So it all comes down to tiebreakers, who you beat, and that's why when everyone looks forward into the playoffs and just wants to get into the playoffs so bad, you got to win regular season games first. Like you can't just skip ahead and go to the future. But I think it's a variable, like, likable shot for them to get in playoffs. It just takes a couple of things for that to happen. Hey, if they could beat the Chiefs, I'm telling you, bro, the Chiefs got a couple problems that they haven't understood. They just think Mahomes is going to take them to the Super Bowl promised land like every year, and that ain't the case.
Yeah. Hey, if they beat the Chiefs, I think people are going to be praising Geno Smith a lot more. I think his entry into the MVP race will be a lot stronger. But lastly, let's get to the man of the hour. Let's go. All right. Dante, let me ask you. Since Brock Purdy has started, he has been doing nothing but creating history, being the first Mr. Irrelevant to start an NFL game, being the first Mr. Irrelevant to throw more than 2 touchdowns.
Really?
Yes.
I never knew that.
The first Mr. Irrelevant to throw more than 2 touchdowns and tonight, if he does throw 2 touchdowns, he will be the first San Francisco 49ers quarterback since 1970 to throw 2 touchdowns in 3 consecutive games. So let me ask you this question. Can Brock Purdy lead this Niners team to the playoffs? I set my man up there.
Anything is possible in Kyle Shanahan's system. Let's just put it like that. Mm-hmm. The man is one of the best coaches in the NFL. It took me a while to realize that, but then you realize how many different quarterbacks and how many different players on this offense come out of nowhere and just seem important. How many of the plethora of running backs have they had over the years that we're just like, ooh, he could be a number 1 somewhere. Ooh, he could be a number 1 somewhere. Ooh, he could be a number 1 somewhere. And they damn near traded all of them, and they've had success on the Dolphins. Because that's where they're going. So Brock Purdy is an interesting cat, right? So when we started looking at the trajectory of Brock Purdy, we know he played at Iowa State. And he was one of the sole reasons why everybody was so excited about Iowa State last year and thinking that they were going to end up in the college football playoff and everything, and forgot that they had Breece Hall. And Brock Purdy just ended up being okay, and some people think he's trash. Hey, look, If you do this for 5 consecutive starts, Brock, I'm on the train. It just is what it is. I just want to see you do it consistently over the next couple of games. So he already took down Miami 33-17. Was anybody going into that game thinking that was going to be a cakewalk for the 49ers? Absolutely not. And then you go and take down Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Say what you want about Tampa Bay. They are still one of those teams that you have to look out for because they do have weapons everywhere. We're going to get into Brandon Ayuk here a little later.
Yeah, no Debo tonight. I was just about to get on that receiver topic.
Yeah, no Debo.
Tonight could prove a lot for Purdy.
But Debo ain't really been that guy this year, like everybody said. Like I said going into this season,
he's still a top-notch weapon. You can't deny that.
Everybody was claiming that this dude was top 5. If a lot of people, you said it too.
No, I didn't.
Yes,
no, I
did.
didn't.
I have it on record. I said it. I have the receipts.
Top 15, not top 10, not top 5.
He's not even top 10 this year.
Top 10. Not no damn top 5.
He's a top 15 talent, but he's not top 10, and he's definitely not top 5. IF goes off, sorry. But Brock Purdy, 76.2 completion percentage in his last game. He is doing a damn good job with the weapons that he's got. And like I said, is it Kyle Shanahan? Maybe, but I'm willing to bet if he wins the next 5 games, I'm on the Brock Purdy train. And they do not need to go to Trey Lance. They need to get rid of Jimmy Garoppolo. Like, Trey Lance lost his job. If the next 5 games are anything reminiscent of what he's brought to the table, it is what it is. Neither am I willing to go and say that a guy that has started 2 games for this team stinks or that he's trash or anything. That's absolutely blasphemous. How do you know? Are you evaluating him from college? Yes, he wasn't that great, but he did have a good year before last year at Iowa State, and everybody, including those that think he's trash, was the ones that were saying that Iowa State could make it to the college football playoff last year because of him and Breece Hall. That is a fact. A lot of people were saying that. Even the media was saying that. So I know this is not college. I know this is NFL. I know this is San Francisco 49ers, and I know Kyle Shanahan is that dude. If anybody can make this guy good with the talent that we've seen in college, it's him. So, to answer your question, Vic, I think he can. If it's anything like the last 2 games, I think he can. Sorry to go off on a tangent, but that's what I had to say.
Nah. Listen. All right. Slay, let me ask you. The man faced Tom Brady, act like it was nothing. Yelled at the crowd, flexed. Let me get your answer. Can Brock Purdy lead this Niners team to the playoffs?
I feel like he can, and that's what he will do. Actually, I don't know why, so I feel like he can. He will do it because first of all, they got the weapons, the pieces, everything around them. This team is a Super Bowl contender. And anyone that doesn't think that, you crazy. Like, that team's defense is elite. Like, they got weapons on deck. They got Kittle, Debo, McCaffrey. How can I forget McCaffrey? Like, oh my goodness, that team is loaded, bro. That's the biggest threat to the Eagles in the NFC. But I don't know, man. I feel like with Brock, if you give him the right weapons and you put him in the right system, he can do what's best for the team. And honestly, what Dante pointed out about if Brock can take Lance's job if he does good like consecutively, wouldn't that be crazy to think
that's a guarantee?
Yeah, but wouldn't that be crazy to think that the Niners traded all that capital and sources just to get Lance, and he's not even their future? That would be crazy, bro. Mm-hmm. That would be surprising.
Facts.
Yeah. Hey, it's not like it's never been seen before. We all seen New Orleans. We've seen recently Washington with RG3. Sometimes you waste a lot of draft picks. It doesn't work out that way. But Key, let me ask you: We're talking about the man of the hour, the Randy Orton of football right now, the legend killer. What are your thoughts? Do you think Brock Purdy could lead this Niner team into the playoffs?
I think he can. He really don't have to do much with that offense. He has a great running back in Christian McCaffrey. He got the receivers. Well, Debo's out, but still, when Debo comes back, he still got Brandon Ayuk. There's still a man named of George Kittle there, by the way. You got Jennings. He has an offense where he doesn't have to do much. If he wants to hand it off 99 times of a game, he can hand it off. If he wants to throw, he can throw. I believe Brock Purdy is not Mr. Irrelevant anymore. He's very much relevant, and I think he can do the playoffs.
Yeah, man. Listen, I'm really excited for this kid. I think it was kind of poetic. You know what I mean? You're talking about him facing against Tom Brady, a man who was overlooked in the draft, 6th round pick, has a chip on his shoulder, makes something of himself. Now you got Mr. Irrelevant coming through for the San Francisco 49ers, Tom Brady's favorite team, and he's making something of himself. And like I said, every game he's been playing, the kid has been doing nothing but making history. I look forward to see what he can do tonight. But that's the questions for tonight.
That is the questions from Vic. We appreciate it always, my good sir. The next one that we're going to get in is a new subject that we actually started, going with on the last couple of shows. And let me see if this is working. We got the little chats that pop up now. Okay, I got real excited. So anytime you guys ask a question that you want answered, I'm gonna just pop it up for all of us to see here. So now that I can highlight them, but anyways, it is Would You Rather. So appreciate everybody that's gone and smashed the like button on all of them joints, because they've been very, very fun. Shout out to my guys at Pick a Side, Joel and all of them, man. We appreciate you guys. Didn't mean to steal your subject, and I know you usually do it for basketball, and I will gladly take it and do it for football. So you just got to give respect where respect is due. We're not the first people to ever do this, so I appreciate them bringing up the subject. And like I said, this is not my idea, but we were talking about Brandon Ayuk a little bit, right? So let's just go ahead and jump into it. This is Would You Rather with Brandon Ayuk. Okay, I'm gonna give you a couple names. I think I got 4 of them. I'm gonna go around the horn and ask you, would you? And if you have a reason, that's fine. If you don't, you don't. You can just move on. First one up. And these are some interesting ones. I tried to stick to kind of like the backups because he's kind of in that role, but he could be a starter in other places. Actually, before I do that, let's just give you the stats from this season so far. 58 receptions in 13 games, 755 yards. He averages 13 yards a reception, the second highest in his career. This is the most touchdowns he's ever had in his career thus far at 7 touchdowns. Now, would you rather Brandon Ayuk or Amon-Ra St. Brown? Vic, we'll start with you.
Listen, I think I'm a little biased because I've been following my guy Amon-Ra, so I'm gonna have to stick with him. He's been having a great season, and I'm excited to see what else is ahead of him.
Yeah, so everybody in the comments too, over on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, all them places, y'all let us know who you got as well. Amon-Ra St. Brown's stats this year: 82 receptions, 898 yards, and 6 touchdowns. So 1 less touchdown, but you gotta consider him as pretty much the number 1 target on that team too. With that being said, Key,
and a missed game
as well. Key, who you picking?
There is no question I am taking Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Okay.
No question at all.
Manny.
Brandon Ayuk. I think he's a better route runner. I feel like, when it comes down to like jet sweeps and, just putting a guy in the backfield, Amon-Ra can do a lot. And he confuses defenses because you don't know what he's going to do. You don't know how they're going to line him up. But I feel like as just the overall receiver, I'd rather take Ayuk. I feel like as an overall receiver, he's a better route runner. I feel like I can trust him more. And when it comes down to it, like, give me Ayuk, bro. I'm taking my guy, man. Like I've always wanted him on my team, but I'm not gonna be biased with that. I just feel like he's just a better player.
It looks like Vic wants to rebuttal that.
Oh, how you gonna rebuttal right now? Man, come on now. I know Ayuk has a great season this year. Like we talked about it before. I think Ayuk is better than Deebo Samuels. I think he's been underused. I think Shanahan has put him in that doghouse. Selfishly, I think it was stupid. He didn't showcase his talent when he can. Like that guy has a lot of potential, but those are 2 years that he can never get back. Now he has to make up for it. Amon-Ra has been out the gates, been playing well.
Yeah. You have a point, but doesn't that show you like literally what you just said? Shanahan put him in a doghouse, like, and he's kind of trapped him in there, like, you know, a little bit throughout his career. But when he gets the ball, he's gonna do something with it. And you've seen like off of this season, I think I know he has more than 5 touchdowns this season because there was a couple games this year where he just been lighting it up and. You know, he's just been blowing by defenders, like getting deep balls. Like he does a lot for his team, and you have to appreciate what he can do for your team. And that goes for Amon-Ra too. I'm not taking anything away from him. I just prefer Ayuk a little bit more.
I think they're both different receivers as well. But go ahead.
They play 2 different styles. They play 2 different styles. It's like what like, and it's also like an offensive type of matchup. Like. What scheme are you going to use for your offense? And both schemes are different for both players.
I see as Ayuk as moving the chains where Amon-Ra can change a game.
I agree. I agree with you, Vic. I think he's the perfect number 2 on the team. Like, to me. Amon-Ra St. Brown is a bona fide number 1 receiver somewhere else. And just think about it. He's made Jared Goff.
Talk about it.
Made Jared Goff look like he's been incredible this year for what he's been through. Like, the last 4 weeks from Jared Goff have been really, really good.
If you don't think Sean McVay has been watching Jared Goff, you're lying to yourself.
Oh, facts. Right. Facts. Shout out to Donnie Rizzo on Facebook. Appreciate you, man. And then we also got my man's Eric, SC Experience. Don said, how many Ayuk touchdowns tonight, Vic?
I'm hoping none. I'm a hope for none, but I give him 1. I think he's good for 1. He's locked in.
All right.
Now I seen Key put the glasses on. I was like, oh.
Yeah. All right. Next one. Key. Next one up. Brandon Ayuk or Michael Gallup. Slay. We'll start with you. Slay, Manny.
Oh franchise. My God! This is
I know you're a Michael Gallup fan. That's why I wanted you first.
I know. I like both players. But it's not off of liking players. It's being off of real, you know. But I feel like if I had to choose, I'd have to say Gallup. It's like situationally, I feel like he's better. I feel like I know. Like, you gotta let me explain. Situationally, I feel like he's better. I feel like he makes key catches that doesn't get recognized enough because, you know, you have CeeDee Lamb on the team. You got Pollard on the team. There's other things that, you know, come to his side that, you know, can't show his, like, talent and what he could do for your team. But I think between those 2, I'd rather take Gallup. Like, Gallup can be a 1 in a couple places. Like, he can. Like, he's shown that he can. He's proven that he can. He's situational, like I said. Like, he makes key catches in the games. Like, bro, I'm taking him.
All right, Vic.
Man, so okay, I'm just going by with your logic, what you've been picking so far. Between Amon-Ra and Ayuk, you take Ayuk. Between Gallup and Ayuk, you take Gallup. So you're trying to say that Gallup is better than Amon-Ra?
Yeah.
Well, end the show.
All right, we'll see y'all later.
I can't say that. I can't. Listen, literally
right now, if we were going to tear them out, you could have a debate saying Ayuk, Amon-Ra being number 1, but we all know Amon-Ra 1, Ayuk 2, Gallup is a distant 35.
You bugging.
Chat, please. Shame this man as you will.
Shame this man.
This man.
So with that being said, Vic, you're picking Brandon Ayuk.
Yes, sir.
All right, Key.
Ayuk, no doubt.
I think, yes. You have to consider the injuries in this too. He has not been healthy. I've seen Seeing Michael Gallup drop plenty of passes. They got the droppies over in the Cowboys. Even my boys,
CeeDee Lamb.
And I got the jersey.
Yep.
I'm a big CeeDee Lamb fan. He's got some drop issues. Brandon Ayuk has showed you this year that he is better at the number 2 spot than Michael Gallup, for sure for me. It's close. I think it's closer on paper than what people realize when they're both healthy, but I'm considering injuries in this whole thing too. So that's my reasoning.
But you also have to look at it this way. When Saquon Barkley came off of his injury last year, he didn't play great. So that doesn't always like counter to like a Derrick Henry player where he just comes back and he's just firing like that. That's not with every player, bro. Some injuries take a while, and I feel like next year you'll see like Gallup explode more.
Wait, can I ask you a question?
Just
one question. If Ayuk was a Cowboy and Gallup was a Niner, how do you think that would turn out?
I feel like Gallup will be good with the Niners. Like I feel like he'd be good too. He'd be a great compliment next to Debo. You're telling me he wouldn't be a good player with Debo?
He would probably be a 3rd or 4th receiver. Let's not lie. He'd be a 3rd or 4th receiver.
Like
and the Dallas Cowboys, which I hate to say, would be a ridiculous team with Ayuk on there.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like they'd both be good players on both teams.
All right, Key.
What? Ayuk.
Okay. She said, what? Okay. Next one. Brandon Ayuk or Hunter Renfrow? Key, I'll start with you on this one.
Renfrow. I understand Renfrow's been hurt, but just looking at the pass, what Renfrow can do in the slot, he can catch. I'm going Renfrow. He's one of the best slot receivers in the NFL. So I'm going to go with Renfrow.
All right, Manny.
Bro, all these are hard, bro.
Hey, I tried to pull out some good ones. You got to have to like lean over to one side and the other. By the way, it can't be clear when you do these.
I want y'all to know. I'm not saying these are clear cut. Like Gallup is clearly better than Ayuk. I'm not gonna say it like that. Like Gallup's not.
No, we get it. We get it.
That's why they call big play seconds.
If it was between, nah, I'm not even gonna do that. But if it was between Renfrow and Ayuk, I'd probably have to say Ayuk.
Okay. Vic?
Yeah, I'm definitely taking Ayuk in this situation. You know, I understand Renfrow looked good in the past. First, he came out unproven. Last season had a great season. This year, just like his hair, straight boom to cheeks.
Yo, damn.
I'm not the biggest fan of Hunter Renfrow like most people. And the other thing is, and I know this is nitpicking, but how do you not know when you're running your route, you run into the best receiver in the game? That's disrespectful. Give me Brandon Ayuk. And then that led up to the serious events that happened after that.
Wait, what'd you say? You said Devontae Adams what?
Hunter Renfrow ran into Devontae Adams on that last play they could have won.
No. He said something about best receiver. What in the what?
I said one of the best receivers in the game.
Oh, I thought you said best receiver in the game.
Hey, chat, did I say best receiver or one of the best receivers?
But I think it's hilarious how you make that comment, but then in the chat you see how Renfrow is one of the best technicians, fundamental monster. Fundamentally, he ran into a receiver when he shouldn't have.
Oh man, yeah. I think he's a little overrated. I don't like him like other people do. So give me Ayuk on this one too. Then the last one I got for you guys, which is very interesting, and you got to consider they're both number 2s. Say what you want about Mike Williams, he's a number 2, and Keenan Allen is in there. I'm not saying he is. I'm just saying on their depth chart, he's the Z. He's not the X.
Ain't no way. You just said that, bro. You just said that.
All right, Vic. Brandon Ayuk or Mike Williams right now?
Listen, I am not touching any Charger wide receiver because they are injury prone. And I know we don't like using that word, but listen, those boys are soft. If you touch them, they might have like a hamstring injury. So I'm staying far away. Williams is very talented, makes spectacular catches, but he cannot do as much as Ayuk can. So I'm going to stick with Ayuk.
Hey, Eric is already starting, bro. He said he is the best receiver in the game. It's Cooper Kupp.
Hey, Eric, I'm gonna just say this: we have to go by what you see currently. How has Hunter Renfrow been this year? Be honest with yourself.
He's talking about Devontae Adams.
Oh, I thought you meant Hunter. I was saying he's been horrible.
Devontae Adams has been good.
Hey, shout out to Devontae Adams and Tyreek Hill because they both been doing it. They both showed that they him.
It's Kupp still. It's still Kupp.
Yeah, that injury hurt.
Yeah. All right, Key. Ayuk or Mike Williams?
Off of this year alone, I'm gonna have to be with Vic, and because Mikey, when he's in the game, he's clutch, but he hasn't been available like that. I'm gonna go Brandon.
All right, Manny.
This season, I've noticed Ayuk has had more like touchdowns, but Mike Williams has had more 100-yard games because Brandon Ayuk has 0 100-yard games. But he's been getting there. He's been getting closer and closer to it. But if we just won't go off of this season, Ayuk, but I'd take Mike Williams overall as a receiver.
Well, just to answer why he has so many 100-yard games, what other receivers out there for the Chargers? They've been going through so many. They only been passing the ball. Haven't really utilized, Eckler the way he should be. Even though he's having a good season, he's going to be doing a whole hell of a lot better.
No, but you've been hating on my man Herbert.
I've been hating on Herbert, man. Herbert messed up my whole fantasy season.
You've been hating on Herbert.
The next person to say Justin Herbert is a top 5 quarterback, these hands is coming for your face. Don't make me. Don't make me.
Hey, hold up. You know I gotta do it, Vic. You know I gotta do it.
He's been hating, bro.
Don't.
All right. I'm going to go with Mike Williams. I understand the injury thing, but if you lined them up one-on-one, and I know I said I'm considering injuries too, but Keenan Allen was out, and that put a lot of pressure on Mike Williams to perform, and he plays in a very, very tough division too. I got to give it to Mike Williams on this. That boy different, bro. I had to do an apology video because I was like, man, pay Mike Williams all that money. I don't see it. Then this year he was like, scoop. I was like, all right, Mike Williams, he's that guy. I'm not gonna say he's Timothy or him. I hate when people say that. I'm not going to say he's him. He is a good wide receiver.
I remember on that.
You have to, but that with him, you have to say with an asterisk. He is a good wide receiver when healthy. Yeah. Mike, he had his soft tissue soft.
Vic is hating on the Chargers, bro. Something wrong
can we be honest though? Look at his history. Every season, my man is out. He hasn't played a full season.
Bro, we talk about B with the Gallup thing. This man like Will Levis, and he hates Herbert.
I don't like Will Levis. My guy's Will Rogers. Y'all hate on Will Rogers. I only bug with you with Will Levis because he tortured sorry ass team.
I don't hate on Will Rogers. He just had that one good game against us that I didn't want to.
Will Rogers is highly underrated, which gets me upset. My guy has had how many 400-yard games?
We watched the film, Slay.
Killing it.
It was just that one Auburn.
And you're saying Will Rogers is not? Who's on his team right now?
I didn't say he was.
What
bad.
4-star wide receiver does Will Rogers have to throw to?
Listen, I will step out on that ledge and say Will Rogers is probably one of the best, probably second, third. I say second best quarterback in this draft.
I didn't even say he was bad, Dante. Calm down.
Will Rogers is awesome.
If he goes in and declares.
He's not going to declare this year. It's too deep. It's too deep, Vic. If I was Will Rogers right now, with all the people that are highly touted in this draft, and especially Will Levis is taking Will Rogers' job. He's taking Will Rogers' position. That's it. That is what it is. All right, so we'll go ahead and move on. Key. Here we go. Keys to the city.
Hey.
Let me go ahead and do it. Let me do the intro. Hey, Keys to the city. Key's gonna break down why she thinks the Seahawks have a chance to win this game by 3 keys. So let's go ahead and jump on into it.
Number one, Geno Smith has to play smart football. The last couple games, he's been too aggressive. He's been rushing his throws. He's been making this horrible decisions for interceptions, fumbling. If Geno Smith plays smart football, smart football tonight, he will be one of the reasons why the Seahawks win this game. Number two, the defense has to. Oh my God, the defense got to play better. As you heard in the beginning by the numbers, they are 31st in the defense when it comes to running. 250 yards that Carolina ran on them last week was ridiculous. It was ridiculous. So they got to get their defense together if they want to stop one Christian McCaffrey. And no Deebo Samuel's in the lineup tonight. So they possibly could take advantage of that. So this is where Tyreek Woolen comes in. Can he get his 7th interception to lead the league in interception and possibly get that defensive rookie of the year? But Joey Bosa has been playing out of his mind, so we don't know what's going to happen. But definitely Seattle has to stop the run and be better on defense up against this San Francisco team. And my last key to this game, we got to hit DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett early. Mind you, Tyler Lockett is the best deep ball receiver in the game right now. He catches everything. You throw it to him, he's going to catch it. But in order for Geno Smith to hit DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett early, it has to be up to Cross and Lucas, 2 rookies on the offensive line, to hold up to Nick Bosa. 14 and a half sacks this year on the year with San Fran's defense, period. Fred Warner and all those guys. The defensive line has to hold up to give Geno Smith time to find his receivers. And if he does that, if they do this, Seattle wins this game. And that's my keys for Seattle's victory.
You know what? I like that last one, and I like what you said about my guy Tyler Lockett. Tyler Lockett doesn't get enough love. My man got the receding hairline and catches everything.
Yeah.
But he knows when to quit because he shaves it up.
Every once in a while, if Tyler Lockett had just street clothes on, you'd be like, "Who are you?
Who's this?
You want to buy you a sandwich, bro? You looking lost." You know what I'm saying? And just like receivers keep him lost in the back of the end zone, they don't know what to do when he's running a 60-yard post route for a touchdown. He's one of the best, if not the best in the game, like he said. So those are the 3 keys to the city for the Seattle Seahawks. All right, we got one more thing to get into before we get into the predictions. And we got the over-unders for today's game. It's either going to be hot or it's going to be cold. So you know how we do right here. So I got some interesting ones for you guys tonight. I'm going to go ahead and turn that down. The first one I got up for you guys today is for my boy. I'm wearing his jersey. Hold up. Just for the people. So y'all know it's real. George Kittle. The 49ers will be without Deebo Samuel, so Kittle becomes an obvious name to step up. The 49ers have attempted 46 passes and 37 rushes by non-quarterbacks in their last 2 games. So they are Purdy to I don't know, I made a typo there. And I don't expect that to change too much on Thursday. According to Pro Football Focus, Kittle has run the 2nd most routes, 63 on the 49ers in their last 2 games. And Football Outsiders mentions that tight ends have averaged the 4th most receiving yards per game against the Seahawks. So fire up Kittle. With that being said, first one up today, George Kittle over under 41.5 receiving yards. Vic, I'll start with you.
I'm going to say over. Just like you said, man, with the loss of Deebo Samuels, you have Ayuk there. Purdy's looking to create history. I think it's time to bring the tight end to the play more. He's been kind of missing lately. So, yeah, I'm going to give him the over.
Key? I don't know if Key heard me.
Key, can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Oh, the vocals, though.
You taking that over or under, Key? Or are you glitching?
She's
She's in the multiverse. She got Doctor Stranged. Oh my goodness. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Key, you good? Can you hear us?
Am I back? My bad.
Nah,
You're good. You're good.
No.
You're good.
Okay, my bad. Sorry. Is it on me?
Just read my lips,
Yeah.
Key.
I'm gonna tell her to leave.
We
and
doing
come
over
back.
under? Okay.
Oh wait, whoa! Let's tell her.
Wait, we good now?
She is so delayed. She's like a minute, by like a minute, bro. All right, let's see if Key will come back here in a second. All right, let's see. All right, are you good now?
Am I good now?
Yes. Okay. Under for George Kittle, 41.5 receiving yards.
Since Debo's not in this game, I'm gonna go over. I'm gonna say right at 40.
Right at 40. Okay. All right. So Manny, what you got?
I think he's gonna get over. Yeah, for sure. I don't know where I'm gonna put him at though. Right, lately, it's like it feels like he's been kind of quiet.
This is a simple question.
Yeah, nah. I'm saying though, like, Dante. I'm trying to like think of it in my head, like of how he's gonna perform. Like I'm trying to think it through.
Well, hurry up. Under over. You want to take all
I'm gonna say
99 years for this rebuttal?
Over.
Okay. Next one up. We talked about Tyler Lockett a little bit, so I appreciate the segue into this one, Key. With as good as the San Francisco 49ers pass defense has been, it's hard to envision multiple Seahawks receivers having a strong game. That means we need to choose between Lockett and Metcalf. Lockett has been the clear number 2 wideout lately, as Metcalf has led the Seahawks in targets per route run. Receptions, receiving yards. That makes me feel better about banking on Metcalf on Thursday, which means Lockett, who's more of a boom or bust option to begin with, may find fewer options tonight, right? So I ask, Tyler Lockett, over under 63.5 receiving yards. Manny.
Nah, that's over for sure.
Over? Okay.
He stuck to the curriculum.
Syjan was like, short answer, man. Short answer. Key.
That's over.
Over? Okay. Vic?
Yeah, I got him going over.
Got him going over? I actually think he's going to be under this game. I think he's going to be under. I think Kenneth Walker comes back and gets a little bit more carries than expected tonight. So
and he's going to do nothing with those carries. He's going to get a yard.
I heard that this dude is great. He had like 3 good games. What are we talking about here? All right. So on to the predictions. This is what everybody all came for. I'm not going to go in any particular order, and neither am I going to put in the randomizer tonight. Who wants to go first? That's what I'm going to ask. I'm going to be nice. I'm in a giving mood.
I'll start off first.
All right.
Being as I started off with Mr. Relevant Brock Purdy, and I said he's going to make history, I think he does make history. Not only will he have 2 touchdowns, but my guy's going to get 4 touchdowns tonight, and he's going to have 300-plus yards.
So is that a game prediction and a bold prediction, or you got something else?
Oh, no, well, we're just going with predictions.
Okay. Okay. He's got an even bolder one after that. All right, Key, what you got?
Are we doing score predictions or both? Or
you could do game prediction and score prediction. We'll get into bold predictions right after.
So I got San Fran winning this game. I'm going to say Brandon. Brock Purdy finds Kittle. Kittle's going to have 152 tubs.
Oh, okay. Manny?
I got San Francisco 29 to no. I got Seattle. Why did I say San Francisco? My bad. I said San Francisco. I meant to say Seattle. Yeah, I got them 29 to 26.
Seattle 29-26, huh?
Yeah.
All right, so then it's going to come down to me for the tiebreaker, and I'm going to have to agree with the majority here. That defense is way too good. It's way too good. Kyle Shanahan's going to dial up some game plans, and you better be ready for... And where's Tariq Woolen been? Crickets, right?
Damn.
Literally.
Literally. Yeah.
I mean, he's a rookie, so I'll let him... the way
that... good start. 6 interceptions.
The way that boy Sauce has been playing, though, and I have been calling him Sauce. I said that he's deserving to be called that name. Did y'all know that Sauce Gardner got his own sauce at Buffalo Wild Wings?
You ain't know that?
No.
You just now knew that?
I know.
It's crazy.
Bro, I didn't know. My wife eats wings all the time, but she get the same wings. Just give her the regular hot wings.
Bro, they don't call him Sauce for no reason, bro.
Yo, shout out to my boy Ragu. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, San Francisco score prediction for today. I think it's a close game, though. I don't want to go in and say that everybody has problems going into Lumen Field playing against the 12th man, right? I keep wanting to call it CenturyLink, man. It's just just like Candlestick Stadium. You know what I'm saying? That's what me and Key Candlestick Park. That's what me and Vic and Key grew up calling it. Yeah. So, but give me the 49ers in this one, 28-17. I agree with you, Vic. Not a bold prediction, but I think the 49ers get about 3 touchdowns in this game. Or the Brock Purdy gets about 3 touchdowns and over 300 yards. And Kyle Shanahan is going to be looked at as a freaking quarterback whisperer, like what's his name? What's his name out? Lincoln Riley.
Rosarians. Yep.
Lincoln Riley.
Nah.
Lincoln Riley has 3 out of 4 Heisman quarterbacks.
Show, bro. We're going to have to go off an NFL coach.
I'm just speaking the facts. Football is football at the end of the day. That dude's a quarterback whisperer.
Nah, you right.
All right. So I'm taking the under, obviously, fishing. All right. So bold prediction, and then we'll let everybody go. 8:15 kickoff for this game. Vic, we'll start with you on your bold prediction for tonight's game.
Listen, I already said Brock Purdy was going to have his game, but my bold prediction is entails with Christian McCaffrey. My guy was doing it on the receiving end and the rushing end. I think tonight my guy might break both 100 yards on each side and have 2 touchdowns, with the Niners winning it all at 38 to the Seattle's 21. And one more thing, I just have one question to ask everybody. Does this not look like Slay?
Hey, yo. Hey, yo, chill.
Nah.
You been eating too much of that sauce from Buffalo Wild Wings.
Look
all right, Manny.
On the side.
Yeah, I know. It's just like this. He carries his hair like this into the shower.
Right.
Manny, 2 times. Give us your bold prediction. ×2.
I think Brock Purdy throws 2 picks today. I feel like
that's bold.
I feel like Tariq Woolen and Pete Carroll are gonna humble him.
I think that's quite a possibility.
I think they're gonna send a lot at him this game. I think they're gonna blitz him a couple times. They're gonna attack one side and just keep going at him.
All right, Chad.
I feel like Tariq Woolen's gonna pick him off a couple times.
The trivia question of the night is: can Manny understand over-unders and bold prediction? Okay, so 2 interceptions from Brock Purdy. Key, what's your bold prediction?
Oh Lord.
Bold prediction. The way this defense is playing for San Fran, I say Bosa gets 4 sacks.
Bosa gets 4 sacks? Ooh.
4 sacks.
Ooh, my goodness. All right. My bold prediction for tonight. George Kittle gets his first 100-yard game because I don't think he's got one this season. Hold up. Let me just verify. I think I looked at the stats earlier. I literally had his stats up looking at some other stuff. George Kittle stats. Yes, this will be he got a 98-yard game. He will have a over 100-yard game, and I think all 3 of Brock Purdy's touchdowns tonight. And then we're going to be looking at, like, remember when Travis Kelce had 4 and he had like 28 yards? And he's gonna be like, Travis Kelce, who up in the camera after he gets over 100 yards and 3 touchdowns tonight. He's gonna show you why he's that dude. Sidon said, "Who? Yo, hold up, Sidon. Who the hell is Bolsa?"
I think he may have put a little extra on that.
I know, I'm busting on him.
I have a pretty good over under on the amount of times we're going to see Charles Cross's name because his back is turned chasing Bosa.
Damn.
Ooh, damn.
He does he even play in that time? I thought he played Abraham Lucas.
Cross is the left tackle.
I thought he was a right tackle.
No, he's a left tackle.
He's a left.
So Abraham Lucas plays the right side.
Yep.
Oh, Bosa switches sides too. It don't matter.
Yeah, it don't matter, bro. That man is coming at hunting,
tonight.
Yo, my man Ragu said McCaffrey gonna have 3 touchdowns tonight. That's another good one. Hey, Ragu, let me ask you before we end the show, is that a combination of catching and running, or is that running, or is it all that catching?
I would say it would be a combination. But Slay made a good point that Seattle defense, they're going to try Purdy. But again, like I said, you got your relief valve in McCaffrey and you got Kittle out there. It's going to be trouble.
Mm-hmm.
But him not having Debo is going to kind of hurt him though, because you have to understand it this way because you kind of hate on Debo, Dante.
I don't hate on him. After one great year to pay him all that money.
He's still a weapon that gives defenses nightmare.
He even came out and said this season, Slay, that he did not want to play running back like he did.
Bro, he's still a dangerous weapon.
That was the main reason why for his holdout a little bit.
That's the main reason why they went and got Christian McCaffrey, who does it better.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Man, Ragu said Geno Smith with two interceptions. Dang, you don't. All right, Ragu, you don't get 2, bro. It's either one. the rules are 1. Brock Purdy with 3 touchdowns. Ooh, yeah, that's the same one I got too. At least Ragu understands bold predictions. I say we hire Ragu over me. Yo, straight up. Nah, but welcome back, Manny. We're glad you got your laptop working again. We're gonna get you on some more shows. Film studies are coming back here in a second, and we're gonna go. He said, "I'm in." I'm in. My boy Ragu. Hey man, we appreciate all y'all in the chat, dog. Enjoy the game tonight. The film studies are gonna come back, but we're gonna switch it up a little bit. With the film studies, like it's gonna be cool. Y'all just gonna have to see. So stick around with us if y'all up for them late night joints. We got you there. I appreciate all my people up here on the panel today. Vic, Key, Manny. I'm sure they appreciate you guys too. Go and check out Vic's channel. Go and check out Key's channel. Go and check out Manny's channel at Franchise. He's the one that puts out the Situm or Stardom. So I'm about to post that joint here pretty soon. So Marcos even said, "Welcome back, Slay." Slay, aka Manny 2 times. Hey man, we appreciate you guys. Have a good one. Anybody else need to say anything before we head out of here?
It works when you're not muted. Have a great Thursday night, and I hope y'all have a great weekend.
Yep. Key.
Don't do nothing I wouldn't do. And if you gonna do something stupid, just make sure you do it safely. I know that's oxymoron, but just do it safely.
Do stupid things safely.
Marco's got the Garniers in the chat ready. Manny, you got anything you want to say on your first show back?
Right now?
Give him a hair flip. Just one of those.
I don't got too much to say, man. Enjoy the game tonight.
Hey man, we will, and we appreciate everybody. Like I said, have a good one. And like he said, do something that I wouldn't do, but let me know so I might try it. Bye.